Hi, it's Cheryl. Welcome to Homebridge Studio. Today's video is part of a collaboration called Spring Flowers, and we are to make a sign, a shelf sitter, and a planter using flowers. So let's waste no time and get right into crafting. Okay, number one, and this is a sign. Although there's no words on it, I call it a sign. And this is what you will need if you make this piece. A bunny. I pulled this off of a piece that I've had for a couple years. I don't know, it was in my stash. Any bunny will do for this sign. A wood round from the Dollar Tree. I have these picks from the Dollar Tree. Some antique wax by Waverly, and also Waverly chalk paint in the color ivory. And I'm just removing all the hangers. And I put that aside because I will be using that later to put back on this sign. And yeah, I'm at the bottom of the barrel, see there? So I had to go put some water in there. And then it made it really runny, and then it got really dark. But that's okay, I took a baby wipe and I'm just removing it. And as I'm removing the antique wax, look at that big blotch in the middle. Sometimes this happens when you have wood pieces, especially from the Dollar Tree. So I just went with it and wiped off the rest of the wax. And then, yeah, see, that's bad. And then I stained the back, and the back was fine. So now this is our new front. So I'm taking, after this is dried, I'm taking a dry brush, a rather larger paintbrush, and I'm putting a little bit of paint on it, and then taking most of it off, and I'm just running it from the top to the bottom all around this whole piece. Now I'm going around the perimeter of this wood round here just to give it more definition. And now I'm removing all of the staples from this bunny. I have this little tool here I got off Amazon. It's the best thing I ever got. I've just received it last week, and I've used it like 4 times already. So yeah, this was worth it. It came in a pack of 4 different tools, like upholstery and carpet tools. Anyway, this is 20 bucks for a pack of 4 different tools. And I love them. Anyway, enough about that. Now I'm just painting the bunny in the ivory. And I'm going to do the exact opposite that I did to the wood round. So the bunny is in the ivory, and then I take the antique wax and I do a dry brush around the bunny, and see, I got a little blob there on by its nose, by its face, or on its face. I just took a baby wipe and kind of rubbed that away, and then waited until that kind of dried, and then just went around it again. And now I'm going around the outline, or the outside of the bunny. I'm outlining the bunny. And now I'm gluing the tail back on. I guess I forgot to tell you, I did take that tail off so I didn't get paint on it. I'm going to glue it back on. And now I'm going to take my glue here, my quick and thick glue. This is amazing. And I am just going to spread it all around this bunny. I'm just going to put some hot glue on that so it will hold temporarily until the wood glue or the Titebond dries. And now I'm just taking these flowers, and they are all from the Dollar Tree, and I've had these for a year or two. I just went crazy the last couple years and bought so many flowers, and yeah, now it's time to just use them all. Use what you have. And speaking of use what you have, I am in another collaboration tomorrow, and it's called Craft Your Stash. So I'm really looking forward to that, because if you guys know me, I have a lot of stash. And yeah, I just put 3 of the flowers on top there, and then I put a couple of these other flowers in the middle. I liked them because they're pink, and pink is my favorite color, but I also had them in my stash. I have a lot of this color in my stash. And I think that all of these look really nice together. And now I'm just taking these little roses from that pick, also from the Dollar Tree. They're pretty plasticky looking, but they're nice when you pull them apart. I'm just going to put it around the perimeter of this wood piece here. I just clip off the little ends and then just hot glue them on. And now the leaves, they're teeny tiny that came off of this pick with the little teeny roses here. I'm just clipping the leaves off, and I'm going to make like a little necklace for the bunny here, just out of the leaves. I think I used 4 of them. They're really tiny. When I was clipping them off, they were flying in my flowers there. That's why I'm picking them out. And now I have another little one, or a rose here. I'm just going to clip off the end of the rose so it sticks better, and then glue it to the bunny. And I thought it needed a little bit more color, so I'm going to put some of these leaves on here, just any old leaves from this pick. 1 on both sides and then 1 in the middle at the bottom. And you know, the Dollar Tree does have bunnies, so if you can't find a bunny, or if you don't have a bunny like this, you can just use the bunnies from the Dollar Tree. And yeah, this is all Dollar Tree except for the paint, obviously. And this piece, I really like it. It was very easy, it was very quick, very simple, but I think it turned out really pretty and is totally customizable. If you want purple flowers, yellow flowers, you know, you can, or white flowers, and you can make it completely neutral using different kinds of white flowers. Anyway, let me know. I love this piece. Okay, so this collaboration is all about spring and flowers, and I would like to take this time to thank our lovely and talented hosts, Melinda from the Crafty Doll and Donna from the Creole Crafter. And they asked me to be their guest host this month, and I am totally honored. And I thank you ladies for the opportunity. Go check out their channels if you already haven't, and show them some love. I put their links in my description box below this video, as well as the playlist link with all of the participants for today's collaboration, for tons of ideas and inspiration. And here's my next piece, and this is my planter. So these are from the Dollar Tree, these houses. And of course, you probably recognize these crates from the Dollar Tree. And these fences, or I guess that's what they're called, fence pieces. I have these napkins from the Dollar Tree. They're absolutely stunning. I love these. I've used them 3 times already. I have some floral foam, and I have a bunch of picks from the Dollar Tree. And some white Waverly chalk paint. So first, I'm going to paint all my pieces. I like to always paint my pieces first, because then you can work on other things while they dry. And so both of these houses here, I am going to paint them. The top, the bottom, the sides, the inside, the whole entire thing. And now these picket fences are pretty rough, so I took a nail file so I could get into all the little nooks there and filed them down. And now I'm going to paint both of these, the front and the back and the sides. And the same thing with the boxes. I'm taking both of them, and on the one box I'm going to paint the whole thing, the inside, the outside, the top, the bottom, the sides, everything. And then the other one, I am just painting the sides, the longer sides, not the shorter sides, and the bottom. I hope that makes sense, because you're not going to see it. Now there's a couple different ways I'm going to Mod Podge this napkin in. There's a couple different things that you can do here. The first way I'm going to show you is I put the napkin in here, I creased it, and then I cut it out along the crease, just so you don't have all that extra napkin there. I always cut them a little bit bigger too, but when you spritz them with water, which I'm going to do in a second here, that will relax the fibers, and that will actually, the napkin will get a little bit bigger. And I put a little bit too much water on here. But anyway, I put a little bit of Mod Podge on top of this house here, And you saw I spritzed the napkin with way too much water, unnecessary, because it just makes it harder to work with. And then now I put the napkin on top of the Mod Podge, and then I'm just taking the Mod Podge on this fan brush here. These work amazing, and they're light, and they don't tear the paper. Now I'm just putting some down there on the top and pulling out all of the creases and the buckles. And so that's one way, and you can do that all the way down. Put another strip and then put Mod Podge on top, pull it down, and so forth and so on until you're done. And then the next way I put Mod Podge in the house, and I'm going to let it dry. And while that's drying, I am going to take some wood glue, and this I did get from the Dollar Tree, and I'm putting it around the box here. And I'm putting a little bit of hot glue too for the temporary hold. And these boxes, I had to play with them a little bit because they're from the Dollar Tree. You know, they are not even. They are not all cut from the same, or maybe they are cut from the same tool. I don't know, but these were not exactly the same size. And so I did glue those together as best I could. Okay, that's done. Now back to this house. The Mod Podge is completely dry. I have my little heat press here, and I have some parchment paper, and I'm just pushing all of that down. It reactivates the Mod Podge, and it glues the napkin right into the whatever you're putting at, in this case the house. And that's my preferred way. So now that that's done, they're over on the side drying, and I am just taking this fence here, and I'm just going to glue it with both wood glue and hot glue on the side. And see, that's the side that you paint, because you're going to see through it on the boxes. But the fence, I painted both sides. So I glued it on both sides, and then I just took what do you call it? A paintbrush, a junky paintbrush, and then I just got all the little glue, spider glue webs out, and then, all the extra glue. So you want to get the extra glue from the wood glue out too, so it doesn't dry and look all goopy. And so now I'm just taking these houses here, and then I'm gluing them on the side. So you can see the shorter side of the boxes don't need to be painted. So don't waste the paint and don't waste the time. And now same thing, I'm gluing these with wood glue and hot glue on the side. And I took some floral foam and I put it in the bottom of that, glued it in there really well. And these are from the Dollar Tree, these purple flowers. I thought they were pretty, and they really matched the napkins a lot. And I have a lot of little extra picks here and there. And as you can see, I'm just going to pop them all in there. I took my little wire cutters and I cut them all. And I didn't show you that because I know that's boring. You don't want to see that. But I wanted this piece to look really kind of wispy, like wildflowers. And I'm taking these little pieces, or these picks that I have. They're not full. I've used them on other things, and I'm just going to pop them in here, just different colors, and just as long as they match with the napkin. That's what I'm doing here. A garden full of wildflowers. And this pick is not from the Dollar Tree. It was in my stash. It was a huge pick. I've used this about 10 times already. I love this. I got it from Michael's. I don't know when, maybe last year, the year before that. I am going to go back there, and I hope to find this again because I'm almost done with this. I've used it so much, and it's a really great filler pick. So I hope I can find it again. And now if there's any holes, you can put more greenery in there, more flowers, or like me, I'm just going to put some Spanish moss in there. And by the way, I can't find Spanish moss at my Dollar Tree anymore. It's been over a year, and they just don't sell it. So I have to go get it somewhere else, and it's a lot more expensive. But anyway, this is the way this turned out. And I popped a butterfly in there up on top. and that is also on a card from the Dollar Tree in the sticker section, but it doesn't look like a sticker. And I love the way this piece turned out. It's just so springy. And I thrifted that little bird there. I love him. I use him in a lot of my displays. Okay, moving right along. This is my last piece. This is number 3. This is really quick and easy. And if you make this, here's what you're going to need. Any kind of glass container from the Dollar Tree. I had this one in my stash. I cleaned it up really good and pulled the sticker off. I have this large flower I've had for a while. I don't know where it came from. And I have the round floral foam, and I have some ribbon. I swapped that out for different ribbon. I have some chalk paint in the color ink, which is black, and also white. And they're Waverly, and you guys know you can get that from Walmart. If your Walmart still sells it, mine do. And I heard that if they don't, that they're going to bring them back. Anyway, I took this floral foam, and I am just painting it black. And now you're going to have to do this a day ahead of time because it kind of soaks it. You don't want to get it super wet. Like, you don't want to put water in there and all that because it takes a long time to dry. And now I'm giving 2 good coats of this black on the glass piece here. And a big thank you to all of my amazing subscribers. I truly appreciate you. And if you're stopping by and watching my video today, consider subscribing and you won't miss my next video. And also it helps me out tremendously, and I appreciate that. Okay, so my paint, it's really thick. If you paint on glass using chalk paint, make sure it's not really thick because I'm going to show you what happens. So I put 2 coats on that. You can see how thick it is. And now I'm putting I put 2 coats of white chalk paint on top of that. So put a coat on, let it dry, and then put another coat on. Let it dry really well, because if you don't let it dry really well, you're just going to be pulling the paint right off of the previous layer. Okay, so see all that crackle there? That's because I read my paint was thick, and my paint is probably old. But look at the cool crackle it did, and this is on the inside. I didn't paint on the inside, but that's on the outside looking in. That's going to be another project. I'm telling you, I'm going to use that method. I think it turned out so cool. So I left it. And then I just took this clear coat by Waverly. It's a sealer and a protectant. And I just put a coat on top of that. You want to let it sit for 24 hours, and then you can take a cloth and buff it out. So I wanted to protect that. I didn't want it to flake off, because if you don't do that, it will flake off. Okay, so now that my foam is dry, I am just taking this flower and poking it down as far in as I want it to go, because I had to determine how tall I wanted the flower to be. And then this raffia, it was in my stash. It came off of some kind of a package, and I am just tying it. It's really not like raffia, but you can use raffia, or you can use the hula skirt from the Dollar Tree, but this is kind of more like a rubbery raffia. I don't know. I save everything. I got it off a package, threw it in my stash, saw it, and I'm like, oh, perfect. So tied it around the flower, and now I'm putting glue around the perimeter and the inside of this glass container here. You can put E6000 in. And now I'm just taking some more black paint and painting the inside where the white was of that, so it just looks like it's all full of dirt. And you can put rocks in here too. You can put Spanish moss. I just decided to make it look like dirt, and then I tied a lacy ribbon around it, and this is what it looks like. So definitely let me know which one you like, or if you like all of them. Let me know if you are going to make any of these. And here is the whole shebang. And if you see pieces here that you don't recognize from this video, that's because they're a previous video. And I'm just going to give you a little showcase of some of the stuff that I've done. So if that interests you, go check out my previous videos. And that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope I've inspired you. Remember to go check out the host channels and the playlist, and I'll be back real soon, probably tomorrow with another collaboration. And until then, have a blessed week. Bye.